What up, it's your boy Stefan with the Master of Me podcast. Master of Me? Hey, my man. What do you mean master? How do you become master of anything? You tell me. You focus all of your energy on one thing. One thing, man. I am sitting with a friend, and I will say friend because I've known this man for so long now. I've got to watch his journey from basically the bottom up, from the man to who he was when he started out in the real estate industry to who he is right now. And let me tell you, there has been a transformation. So without further ado, I want to introduce to you the value that I have to bring today, and it's coming from my man, Andre. What up, Andre?
What's up, man? Good to see you.
You too, man.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, man. It's we have so many deep, powerful conversations naturally already that I just feel like we're have an opportunity to share it with other people now. And,
it'll be fun.
And with that, so first things first. People know about me. People don't know that much about you yet with my community. So I want to share them with you. Tell us a little bit about yourself or what you do.
23 years old. Do real estate here in Tucson. Main business model is buying houses and flipping them. And was going to the U of A to become a doctor. Decided to drop out and pursue my dream full time of becoming a real estate entrepreneur. Started in the business when I was 20. I was 19, and the week later I turned 20. So I just say 20. It's easier to keep track. And this year I went off fully on my own. So now I operate my own business on my own. I got my team, my assistant with me. So
that's beautiful, good, man. I think that's good for you, man. That is, and I say good for you too, because you mentioned like I decided to drop out, and sometimes people can take that into a negative meaning or something like that, or you didn't finish, or even we hold it on ourselves like heavy weight of like, dang, I should have did that. But really, it's pivoting, right? Like you're pivoting into a path, and we just did it like right now in prayer, and we don't always see the end result, but we know that we're asking God to lead us and guide us, and sometimes it's not what we started out with, and all of a sudden our paths change, but we just got to keep moving forward, and then guess what? We find success.
It was crazy because I didn't know nothing about real estate, anything at all. I was so like immersed in just like all medical stuff, everything about becoming a doctor, and then just how I was immersed in fully becoming a doctor, I became immersed in fully becoming the best real estate entrepreneur, and then it's been going good.
Gosh, you know what? I don't want to like knock a doctor right now, but at the same time, like I feel like real estate can have some high pressured situations too. I think like a doctor carries a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, for sure.
And the same does with real estate, like the livelihood of a family getting into a home or getting a person from A to B, like it falls on your back.
In my instance, I primarily focus on buying houses and flipping them. So I value the product I'm producing to the marketplace. And it would take a toll on me if I know I'm producing a house that's not high quality.
100%, because I mean you got to think about it. Like
these are first-time home buyers who do not have a lot of money to fix these major items. So I have to make sure I'm doing everything the first way and the right way throughout the whole time. So that way, when they go into the house, they don't have to spend money on the AC or the roof or plumbing. So
and you see these houses from like start to finish.
They're
and
like dumps, quite literally.
What's crazy is someone was actually like living in that at some point, right? And so like you're transitioning it to get it ready for a new family, to give them a fresh start, because that family's going to come with that house is going to come with its own set of like memories and things or energy that was even in that room, that house at that time, to a new family coming in that will know nothing about its past, but only know what it's going to bring to its future. So that's got to be good.
You fulfill the need of helping families get into homes. I fulfill the need of families having to get out of the homes and getting out of like a very financial like situation where they're going through foreclosure, where they inherited a property and they have a mortgage payment for their main house, and then this house where they're out of state in New York and they have a house here in Tucson they got to sell, or sometimes the tenants just left it just fully just gutted out because they don't like the landlord. There's a lot of situations I deal with, but you fulfill your need for first-time home buyers. I fulfill that need, and then I make it pretty, and then I sell it to your buyers.
Which is a beautiful thing, because people like they want the feeling of a new construction home. But without it, they also want to be able to control if they want to paint the walls or put up new stuff in their house, or do things to the yard without getting in trouble from like an HOA or something like that. So
it's crazy you say that because a lot of the time, for my houses, I realized before starting my own houses is it doesn't cost that much more to get great quality like products inside your flips. And a lot of the time I've seen these flippers who are flipping houses, they're buying such cheap material. And it would only have cost them probably $2,000 more overall to make it look that much nicer. I'm like, why not just invest like a couple bucks more on the fan, the lights, the paint, the flooring? Like overall, if I do that up front, when your buyer comes to buy the house, they're gonna love what they're buying. And that's why my houses sell faster than usual too. And I price them right. I don't overprice them. I price them right. I do a great quality product, and yeah, it's been going good.
That's it's a big thing too. Like knowing that you're getting it ready for somebody that you don't even know yet. Yeah. You know, you're still working through it, but you know that there's this end vision of like some kind of like family that you're possibly they're gonna get to eat dinner at a table and pray together or be healthy and have conversations together. So like
my heart goes more towards the mobile homes because I grew up in a mobile home.
Oh, dang.
So I got to make sure I'm providing a really good mobile home.
Yeah.
So I actually messed up on one of the flips for a manufactured home out in Vail. And I was so upset. I was like, why did I do that? Why did I do that?
Right.
But it was...
a live and learn.
Yeah, but I value more the mobile homes because most of the times your average flipper will go in there and put everything the cheapest.
Right.
And I know I do great quality.
Right. That's got to be a good feeling too, knowing that you're not...
For sure.
Cutting corners,
For sure.
Or I mean, people know too. Like when you can feel it, see it. Like what's a little bit better than normal, and just even having a little bit better is better than where they're coming from. So like even that in itself is like
sometimes they're coming from like a landlord who's not taking care of them.
100%.
Yeah, for sure. I completely agree. Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many pieces to the puzzle, but that's got to be crazy. Knowing that you get to be a part of such a big experience for people, and that's why I brought it back to the doctor thing. It's just because it's different, but it's not in the sense of the responsibility that you carry on helping people. And I think that's the name of the game right there. Is you're being service to people who need to get from A to B, so that way they can get to the next chapter in their life.
One of the things that many people don't give enough credit to flippers for is so let's say you live off Broadway in Kolb, and your neighbor is just complete. It looks like a big like dump.
100%.
And every house is pretty besides that house. People don't realize when people like us, like me, buy that house and they bring it back to life, they bring a new family, it raises the value of your house.
Right.
You have a great new family.
Right.
You're not worried like if who's there, if there's a homeless guy there.
Right.
Like you feel more safer because you know it's renovated, it's a newer family. So sometimes people think flippers just make money.
Right.
People don't realize that they help your community as well. They help the overall economy of Tucson in our sense. Have a good housing for people.
100%. It's high tide rises many ships in the neighborhood, especially. Yeah. Especially if there's like a sore thumb in the neighborhood just like that. And it's hilarious that you said Broadway and Kolb. So my in-laws live off of Broadway and Kolb, like right behind the Joann's in that little neighborhood, like across from like Starbucks and Hooters and like on Broadway.
Okay,
so right in that corner, there are some hoarders right there.
I gotta go to the house then.
And yeah, so when you said it, like, you know, they got, you know, big, huge pit bulls, but then it's like a junkyard in the yard. Like they're protecting this house, but it's full of stuff. Like they leave the doors open at like night sometimes, and you can just see like everything that's inside. And it's just...
I have a house on 22nd and Kolb I'm working on right now. And the moment we started on it, we had 3 neighbors come over and just thank us, like, thank you so much for buying this house.
100%.
They brought us brownies, like,
100%.
Thank you so much. Like there was constant people going over there because they knew no one that was living there.
Right.
They were breaking in there. They were starting like fires. They were smoking.
Yeah.
And these families have kids, so I mean, you don't want your kids around that.
No way.
So they gave us some brownies and like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like that's what made me realize, like, wow, I wish people really realize that we do more than just make money. We actually help the economy overall.
It's a weird concept because you care about people. Like you care about even the people that are like breaking into a house because they have nowhere to live or something like that. Like
I care a lot about my contractors too.
Right.
So a lot of this stuff I'm talking about is because I've seen the negative.
Right.
Now I'm trying to do the positive.
Right.
Even contractors, a lot of them are Hispanic.
Right.
And I'm Hispanic.
Right.
And they just belittled them.
Right.
But we couldn't do none of this stuff without the GCs.
100%.
None of this stuff. As much as I need them, they need me as well. We're a team. We're not against each other. So I really value taking care of my contractors, paying them on time, making sure they're getting paid what they deserve, instead of just screwing them in a sense.
I think valued is the right word on that too. Like, people are going to work and continue to do that when they feel valued. But like, if you're belittling with your words or condescending even, like, it's hard. Like, when you're both Hispanic males and someone's being condescending to you, like, you're like, we kind of grew up from the same place. Or we come from the same, like, somewhere we come from the same kind of like upbringing. And with that, like, how can you put yourself in a whole different space? Because we're both hustling in different ways. Like, you know,
we are. That's true.
So with
they're
that,
hustling for houses, I'm hustling to get more houses. Yeah, you're right.
100%. Like, you're both grinding. If he was like on the corner, like, or something, maybe you might feel a little different. Like, get your butt up and do something. But he's doing something. So
these guys work too. Up at like 5 a.m. to like 6 p.m. they're working. So I definitely appreciate the GCs.
We're so blessed. Like, I have friends that like work construction and stuff like that, and like, when I invite them to like work out or wrestle or something like that, and they can't because they're
tired.
Their backs are tired, their bodies are tired, and it's like, dang, like, I'm like so pumped and ready right now, and it's because like we're on different paths with that.
But on the contrary, we have mental stress, like on the whole other level.
This is true. This is true.
I remember one time it was I think it was a hunting dog. So I bought a mobile home, and I didn't do the proper inspection up front. For whatever reason, I didn't order an engineer cert for mobile home up front. What happened is I finished the whole remodel. Like, I put like, it was nice. At the very end, I found out that the mobile home wasn't leveled, so it was kind of tilting. And if I wanted to tilt it all the way up the right way, it would crack all the tile in the bathroom. It would mess up the cabinets that I spent like $8,000 on.
And the work was already done on the
everything
inside.
Was done.
Dang.
Everything
so
was
the
done.
The grading had
so I was like, that stress, I'm like, I'm probably out like $250,000 on this house right now. But I ended up finding another solution, alternative to fix it. But like, that fear, I was like, I ran around the whole day trying to figure out what to do. And once I did, I was like, that took up like 4 hours of my day. And like probably cut 2 years of my life because how stressed I was. It was insane.
That's those engineer certs will come in handy too. Like, part of you don't want to do them because you know they're just going to call a bunch of stuff out. But at the same time, like, things like that with the grading and like, those are detrimental to knowing if. And then you got to know, like, can you even put buyers into this after? So
one of the things I did, my assistant and I and a partner of mine, Reed, we sat down for an hour, and we're like, obviously December. It's a great time to like review everything that the whole year. We sat down and we pulled up all the reports we had on all the flips. And it was a constant theme popping up. And then we seen this, and this. Like, how could we avoid this? So we created a whole checklist from like pre-buying to once it's sold of how to avoid every single thing. It's like, there's a checklist to avoid everything now. So I'm like, I'm excited for like the next flips I buy. Because now like it's just, I learned so much of all these reports. And that's why it's so important. I've seen the data. Like, I was constantly being called out for GFI. So get that. Insulation called out twice for that. Checklist for that. The engineer cert, pay that up front. Like, all this stuff, there's just like, now I create like a whole checklist. It was fun, dude. Like, looking at all like the stuff I could do, I'm like, wow, I did this.
It seems cool. Again, it's stressful up front, but at the same time, like, without those lessons, like, those could be bad down the road. Like, and they're only going to refine
Not only that, the biggest thing is now I can scale better with better products. Because in the past, I feel a lot of the times God may have stopped me from scaling faster because he knows I may not have had the best checklist. So now that I have the best checklists up front to prepare myself, I can scale at a faster rate with the products.
When they tell you to, like, we pray for things like we want more, or we want, like, hey, I can take on more responsibility, but then God will stop it and be like, you're not ready for it yet. And then he presents the opportunities in front of you to get ready for it. So then when you complete those, then it's like, all right, now you're ready for it. And that's important to know that, like, as fast as we want to go or we think we're ready, like, we haven't hit the reps yet to be able to accomplish, because when you get 3, 4, 5, 6 of those, like, happening all at once, like, now can you scale it and do it all at once, versus like when you have time and it's slow and you're just focusing on 1 or 2 projects at a time. But when you have a bunch, or if it just starts flooding
It'll be messy.
It's going to be messy, and that
I have a great analogy regarding like what you're saying is in the beginning of my career, everybody would say like, why are you giving up so much of your commission?
Right.
This and that. And I was like honestly, I was so naive. I didn't really know why. I'm like, I just am. I thought it was normal. So I was like, cool, let's do it. I didn't know.
Right.
But I was doing so much volume. I was learning so much from the
Right.
guy I was with, and like the environment, culture, all that stuff, how to do flips.
Right.
That I didn't realize that where they saw I was losing money, it's like I was going to go to school to become a doctor and spend like, what, $300,000 in school? Like, why can't I do the same thing and earn my school this way? But it's like a slingshot. Like you pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back. And then once I left this year, like it was like it literally swung me forward.
Propelled.
Yeah. It's like so sometimes like I was looking at it, I was like, during this time, it's slower. What can I do to prepare myself? It's slower. So when it does come, I could just scale faster. Boom. So now I just learned so much. Like through the whole checklist, going through all the reports, it's like I'm so excited. It's so fun.
That's important. When you mentioned the slingshot right now, it brought me to another concept of like, who do you lean on when life is lifing and it's, you know, whether you're having a good day or a bad day, but there's always that time where we might need to go to somebody or just get that, if it's not just reassurance, but it's or like mentorship or something like that that's going to pull you back into that energy. Like you said, when you walked in, you were on the phone with your pastor.
Oh, let me want me to tell you the story now?
Yeah, let's jump into that. There you go.
All right, so I just called my girlfriend too about this morning. Bro, my girlfriend's been so supportive too. I think she's been a blessing from God, just because she's so patient. Like she's so kind. Like if I get off of work and I go to her house and just meet with her, she just sits with me and just I understand.
Decompresses,
Yeah, she's like doesn't like. She's just there. Like it's something about a woman too that's supportive that they don't have to do nothing but just be there.
Right.
Where just the stress just
starts to relieve.
Anyways,
yeah, that was good. Yeah.
So I had a dream last night about Jesus. And it all started for the past 2 weeks. For some reason, I keep thinking about when Jesus was in the garden before he's being crucified the following day. And then it was, I don't know if it's in John, where he said, like, basically he was saying he knew he was being crucified the next day. And he said, like, is there any other way? But nonetheless, let your will be done, not mine. And that constantly is being repeated, where he's weeping he's weeping because he knows what's going to happen the following day. He's going to go get crucified. And in my dream, I seen him weeping. And then in return, I started weeping myself because I could feel like the real pain he was doing. And it's like, and then one thing that brought to mind was like my sins, all the sins I've done. Like he's taking the hit for that. It was, I don't know how to explain. It was so insane. But then it turned into like another part of my dream where I was at a house, and I was so frustrated with God, both in reality at times, and like I have been in a sense with God, and then in my dream I was frustrated with God as well. So it was like kind of like God was like, you're frustrated with me in real life. I'm gonna give you a story of how to deal with it in your dream. So in my dream I was so frustrated with God, like I can't hear from you, I haven't seen you, I haven't talked to you, this and that, and then somebody in the house was like, Jesus is going to come to you and talk to you tonight at the table. So this is a table. I'm like, let's go. I was so excited. And before Jesus came, I was talking to this guy about the same thing about Jesus in the garden, weeping. And I was like, why does this keep coming up? And then Jesus was supposed to be coming. I don't know what time, whatever it is. And I was waiting right there at the table, just waiting for him. Waiting and waiting. I was like, Jesus is coming. I'm going to talk to him. I was so excited. And then I got so frustrated. I was like, where are you at? Like I was supposed to see you. Like you haven't showed up. What are you doing? Like where? Like I just got mad. So I got up and left. As I got up and left, bro, there's like, you know, in the movies we have like an epiphany. Like I was like, whoa. I felt God tell me, it's like, you were never waiting on me. I was waiting on you. I was at the table. I was just waiting for you to put your mind on me. Dang. And he was there the whole time. I just didn't see him because I was focused on like him not being there. I was focused on something else. Like as I was waiting here, he was there the whole time. But like I was just so focused on the wrong things. But it was not that he wasn't there, is I was just so focused on the wrong things. But he was there the whole time. And he's like, you were never waiting on me. I was there the whole time. You were just focused on the wrong things. but it was just so kind the way he said it. And I was like, wow. So in the sense, and like when he told me that, I went back there and I was like, you're there the whole time. Like you were there the whole time. It wasn't, you were never waiting on me. I was just like,
Dang.
it was like, I was like, what the heck? It was so powerful. Because I was waiting on this like physical human being, but it's like his spirit is there. He's right there in front of me. But I was just so fixed on the wrong things. And then when I woke up, I was like, I need to go spend time with God.
Right.
And I did. And it's the same way he was in my dream. Like he was right there with me during that time, because Scripture says he'll never leave you, he'll never forsake you. So the whole time he was there with me, waiting for me at the table. But I was just focused on the wrong things. And he was waiting for me, not I was waiting for him.
That's like powerful, like enough to where like it went through you to me.
I could tell. I could tell, bro. I could tell.
Yeah, it like that message like instantly hit me through you.
I hope it resonates with you, man.
It did, and you know how weird it is that we pray like even when we prayed right now before this, it was like use us.
Yeah.
And like who would have known in perspective that like he'd be using you to impact me
to talk to you tonight. Yeah. It was so crazy because when I woke up, I was like, so one is like, another thing I left out in the dream was when I was weeping about Christ being crucified, because I saw him weeping, it was like I was weeping, like I was crying in real life, but I was in my dream. Yeah. I don't know how to explain it. And then that whole dream where he was just telling me like I was waiting for you, man. But the thing is, like people think God is so shameful. He's gonna like he's gonna come with like with a chancla or something. He's not. He's so kind. There's this song where it says, when I shamed you, when I raised my fist to the sky, in return all you ever been is kind. And it was the same thing, man. When he came to me, like in the dream, like when he talked to me, like he was like I was just waiting for you to focus on me, man. Like I was never left you. I was there the whole time.
It's such. I was like, wow. Such a huge like reminder of perspective and gratitude, because the gratitude is like as a parent or a dad and as a son, like how many times I've been focused on the things that my dad didn't do for me, or my mom doesn't do for me, like those types of things, versus like seeing the stuff that they were there to do. Like even the story where I was talking to you about the producer, like what a blessing that I got to be with that person, so that way we could be here in this moment right now. Yeah. Like that teed this up in a way, you know what I mean? Like that, like so I can be grateful for what I have in front of me and focus on the positive versus the negative stuff, because there's another part of me that wants to focus on like my mom's not showing up today, or my dad's not showing up today, or like it's 8:15, you're 4 minutes away, like are you showing up for me today? Like I start to take it in this way.
But it was I just think everyone who's listening, it's like if you're waiting on God to show up, like you're not waiting on God.
Right.
God's just waiting on you to focus on him. That's the main message I got out of when I woke up. When I woke up, man, I woke up, I just looked at him, I just sat, lay down, I was like, just started praying, started reading the Bible. I was like, you were never like, you never left, like you're just waiting on me. And it was so comforting too. I don't know how to explain it, man. It was just like a powerful dream.
It is. And when you start that, like a week ago, I started reading like from the beginning of the Bible. Like I'm in Genesis again right now, like right in the beginning, and like is God's like starting to talk to Noah, and he's like seeing that the creation of man is starting to get corrupt, and like he's getting ready to clean the earth. Like that's what's coming again. Like
that's scary. God's ready to scary.
It's 100% because now we're in this weird spot, and like I feel like in humanity right now too, like it's getting weird. Like it's like who knows like what kind of cleaning or what. But the message that I'm getting from it right now is that like I need to go through my habits and routines, like the stuff that I'm doing, and start cleaning again. That way, if I don't like,
you wish you do. So my church that I go to, January 1st through the 21st, we do 21 days of fasting.
Yeah.
I have a funny story. Let me tell you a funny story.
Yeah, let's do that.
So I was, I don't know what year. It was 2, 3. It doesn't matter when it was. I fasted for the first 3 days, right? And keep in mind, I've never fasted before in my life for this long. Only drinking water.
Right.
Only drinking water. I was like the first day was hard. Second day wasn't hard. Third day was rough. But you know how I decided to end my fast? I decided to go to In-N-Out. Decided to go to In-N-Out and get a double, fries and a shake. When I got the food and I ate it, I just threw up.
Oh goodness.
But it was like, but I was so, what the lesson I learned out of that is I was so focused on breaking the fast that I forgot why I was fasting in the first place.
100%.
I say that to say again, it's like if you decide to do a fast, if you go to the church, I'm looking forward to doing it. I don't know what amount I'll be fasting for, but spiritually I need to get stronger.
Right.
I'll probably lose some muscle, but that's fine.
Right.
And just be spiritually.
I think that's super helpful, and especially when it comes to concepts like that. Like sometimes we get focused on needing to break something for the sake of like what, like why even need to break that? Like, and it turns into food sometimes. Like if it's not In-N-Out, it could be Oreos, or it could be like what you want versus like your actions of like the steps you need to take, and you can eat some kind of whole healthy food or pick at something that's gonna make you feel a certain way. Like you're gonna get a weird feeling from breaking it.
There's a Daniel, I think there's like a Daniel fast where it's only like fruit. I don't know what it is. But Pastor Wardrick, he fasts like just everything. He just drinks water and like Powerades for 21 days.
Dang.
I'm like, that's insane.
21 days.
21 days, man. Just like that. Just water and like a Gatorade, Powerade sometimes, occasionally. But yeah, 21 days.
That's it seems intense, but at the same time, like, it's a sacrifice for, like, we're human. We can do a lot. Like, we can push ourselves mentally a lot.
That's the mental.
100%.
If you see people eating,
I think it's the I can't concept. Like, I can't eat, and then that turns into this big old like dwell of like.
I've realized I've said that so much this month. A lot. It's like I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't do this, and that's where the frustration was going back to God, it's pointing back to God.
Right.
And then like that frustration that I had towards God, he like kind of like highlighted it in my dream, where like I wasn't hearing from God.
Right.
And I wasn't hearing from God. I was just so focused on something else that I wasn't reading my Bible. I wasn't sitting down with God. He had to literally tell me in my dream, like, dude, like, come on, knucklehead, like, sit down with me.
Dude, that's crazy, but that's a good, like, in itself, the word I can't leads to like a victim mentality, which means that I no longer have power of it, and then we start feeling frustrated. So it's like, dang, that's a good, that's one thing I'm going to focus on this year is setting up like like signals of when the same patterns of my thoughts start coming back. And like if I use words like I can't, then it's like, okay, I know what this could lead to if I don't fix it right now.
Oh, actually, I have something. So I'm a part of this coaching program for sales training. And we had a Zoom call this week, and it was on how to perform better.
Right.
And it was saying that high performers, like people in sales, tend to burn out because they're so result focused.
Right.
So result focused.
Right.
Where like the top performers in whatever industry you're in focus on processes. Like, so like, what is the process I have to do today? How to get better at this percent. In return, I'll get the result I want. But it was saying a lot of the times where if like he was saying like start writing down the constant like thoughts, or I think it's called rumifications. What is it called? Where you're constantly like having a battle in your head. What is that called?
I would say a battle in the head.
He was just saying like write down like the battles and write down like the battle in your head that you have, like everything you're telling yourself, and then they just say I can't. This sucks. Like if those thoughts are constantly in your head, write like a tally. Okay, this I did it 3 times today. Wow, dang. 4 times a day already. 5 times a day. Yeah. 6. Then you're seeing how many times. I'm like, dang, Andres, you're being a little girl. Like, dang, I did it. I'm like, Andres, you gotta stop this.
Right.
And like, so it's really helpful. So for you, if you have like a piece of paper, whenever you get that thought, write it down. Boom. It's like, okay, cool. And then you'll start seeing yourself like, okay, I'm caught in this constant thought. I gotta change it.
You know what's weird in perspective of that is like from like a goal setting type of like humans like setting goals and accomplishing them, right? Like there's a number out there in front. And so where I've struggled with that concept in different ways are like, here's one analogy. Like we have a basketball court next door and I'll go shoot like,
really?
Yes, right here next door. It's
That's
like
pretty
it's
cool.
like a minute away. Cool. Yeah. So it's an indoor court, and I'll go in there and shoot by myself. But then, like, I'm trying to count how many like shots that I make out of 100. But then, like, one way that I do it is that, like, I'm also counting the misses and subtracting it. And so when I count the misses, then I'm like almost waiting to count the miss when I miss it so I can add it. And it's like, hold on, that's not the right way to do it. I have to change the way I'm thinking about it. So then going into like when I'm counting when I do things that I don't want to do, it's almost like sometimes I'll count so I can put it down because I get the gratification of like striking it. So then what I do now with like my tracker is I count the wins. So I call it a win section, and I'll count the wins so that way I can focus on the wins, on the positive habits and not the negative habits. But I think that's a good start of like, how do you find out what are the bad things or how many times you're doing it so you can get a gauge, but then find what the opposite,
like a good thing in there.
The positive is going to be, and then focus on the positive from there. Like, all right, here's where I'm at. But it's like a good look in the mirror, right? Like, no, true, this is what I'm doing.
No, that's true, man. And I was like, the way he said it's like, imagine you write all this stuff down, and then you go to home with your wife, like, wife, this is how many times I did this, like you should have slapped me,
right?
Like, yeah, he's like, I wouldn't want to do that, so
right.
That's what he's saying. When you do that, put a tally, and then you start seeing like, okay, the past hour I did that, I had that thought 3 times, so let me just like, I wouldn't say like, because it's so. I read this book 3 years ago. It's like when we catch a thought. Right. Once we catch a thought, we catch a
meaning tied to it.
No, how does it go? No, we catch a. We catch a thought.
Positive
we catch
and
emotion.
Yep.
That emotion drives us a certain way. But he was saying in the book, he was saying how if you just stop that thought, you won't go to the emotion, and that emotion won't lead you to go somewhere else.
Right.
It's like it all starts in the thought of where you take it. So, like, I can't. They just say you replace it with I will, then that
like
will take you to a more positive emotion. Will take you this way.
Like I am.
Versus I can't.
Right.
And we'll take you to a negative emotion. We'll take you this way. So it's like the same.
100%.
Same.
Right.
You're gonna have a thought either way, whether positive or negative.
Right.
You'll have an emotion either way, negative or positive, and then that will determine where you're going. It's just like.
Yeah. No, that's true. Like
refreshing again.
Yeah. No, that's true. Like.
You know what's crazy too? I'm starting to interrupt. Is I've had the most success in my business this whole year I've ever had in my life.
Right.
But then it was like the most negative self-talk ever. I don't know how to explain it. Versus when I was producing way less, making way less money, like way less, I had like the best self-talk. Right. It was like, why? Like, what's the reason behind this? I don't understand it.
That's got to be like the 100% like the devil side of it too. Is like, if you start going in the right direction, that's when you're going to get the conflict there, like pulling you back, or even the thoughts of like reminding you that you're not that person that you think you are. Like you're this person who's supposed to be over here, and it's like, hold on, like that's not true.
I think you'll never out-earn your self-worth. Is that like a saying?
100%.
Yeah, that's what it's been. I'm like, what's... So now I'm thinking like, wow, like if the devil can keep me from reading the Bible and spending time with God, then he can keep me at that certain place here. I'm like...
Got to keep growing.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, dude, I really think like God is broken out as an acronym of the G, the O, and the D for growth or decay. Right, and so even those thoughts, you break it down in everything. Like they're either going to be thoughts that are going to help you grow, or thoughts that are going to help you die. So if they're not serving you, then you got to put them back into growth and find them that way fast. Growth or decay, like they're in the same word, which is weird, but it's just the way that it is. Like it's either going to help you or hurt you. Like everything that we do.
What's your? I don't know if you thought about this, but what's your word? Do you have like a word for the following year that you're kind of like going over?
Yes. Right now, focusing on
just one word.
Discipline.
Okay.
And it's just something that I missed as a child, that I feel like, and then now like there's this grown up version of me reteaching it to the like inner child version of me.
Yeah.
That like discipline also equals love. So instead of like discipline means like you're mad or mean, it means that like it is the love. Truth of caring.
Yeah.
Like so. Whether it comes out like rough sometimes or whether it comes out kind sometimes, like it's all like the form of true love, because it's going to put me in growth versus decay.
Have you read the book by Jocko Willink?
Which one?
It's
Extreme Leadership I've read, and
that one's it.
Yeah, yep.
That's a crazy book.
Yep.
Jocko Willink he's a monster.
Yeah, and just hearing his stories, and like I like to see him still in jiu-jitsu, and like the relationship he has with his daughter, and like she's in jiu-jitsu and pushing her forward. Like I have a daughter that's like in wrestling too, and it's
really?
like yeah,
oh, wow.
Yeah, my 8-year-old didn't like. It's just so cool because like I don't force her. I'm just there. I'm her dad I'm her coach in the room, and I'm her dad at home, and I just keep those two separated.
Side topic. I want to get back into like a good boxing gym. Do you know?
Yeah.
You know a good boxing gym?
Yeah, I mean our gym is great. It's on Broadway and Cope. Speaking of that, but like it's. Do you know where the Floor and Decor is?
Yes. The old one?
The new one, or the old Kmart, the Floor and Decor, new Floor and Decor. So right next to that is the gym. So there's the boxing bags. We do wrestling in there. I focus on wrestling because that's what I like, but I also do boxing in there.
I suck at wrestling.
Yeah,
it's hard.
You do until you don't, right? Because there's so many like men or young men even that come in that didn't wrestle in high school and stuff, and they come out like super strong, and it only takes a couple weeks to really get it down.
I love boxing, like the when you connect with the punch,
right?
It's just so satisfying.
It is, and there's something that's about being eye contact with another person, like knowing that you're
going to war in a sense.
We're at war, and then at the same time, you're also being like weirdly intentional with each other. Like you're connecting in a weird way. Like so, it's
there's
like
so much respect when you're done doing that.
Right.
Yeah.
So then, like the boxing side of it, like the world has to shut down because you only have this battle in front of you.
Every time I've sparred with somebody, I've always left with like
good feeling. Like
I respect you, man.
Yeah.
Like you took my hits, I take your hits. Like
100%.
There's never been like a negative emotion. Like,
right.
It's always like, wow. Even sometimes I got my butt kicked.
Right.
I'm like, I learned.
Right.
And then you look at the film, like, why did I do that? Like, why didn't you just like? Funny.
Those are interesting feelings too, because I watch the kids, and some of them will like cry after they lose or something like that, and it's like
I think it's good for them to feel that.
I'm learning to like accept that and be like, good, that it doesn't mean that kid's a sissy, a crybaby, like a little girl. Like it means that they're passionate and that they're competitive and they want to win. And like going back to growing or dying, like if they didn't care, that would be a form of decay to get better. So they want to get better.
Leading into, I think one of the things I struggle with in the beginning of getting into the career is like I've done sports my whole life, and I've kind of gotten like I was afraid to be competitive and very passionate about what I do. So I kind of always like take back.
Right.
But once I seen like my mentor like was competitive and passionate, I'm like it's okay for me to do it.
Right.
But then like, I think it's so important that I think men especially they tap into that competitiveness and they really like get into like being passionate about what they're doing, because that'll lead into whatever you're doing.
Right.
Because that leads into my word of following year, which is being intentional.
Right.
Like intentional with your time, when you're at work, when I'm with my girlfriend, when I'm with my family,
right.
when I'm at the gym, when I'm reading, when I'm with God, like all that, and being intentional. Like I don't know why, like when I like think intentional, I think like calendar. I think like me punching the calendar.
Right.
It's like that's where you're at right now.
Right.
Nothing else. It's
Nothing
like
else matters. Yeah. You just straight in this one moment that we have, and it's crazy because we were talking a little bit about like maybe rapture, maybe like Noah, the art. Like we were talking about that concept, and like we really don't know how much time we have, and so it only matters like right now. If my mind's out there, I'm not here with you, and then the feeling's not the same. So it's like, man, this is it that we have right now. This could be the last of the conversations of all that go out, and like so it's just every moment counts, and it's when this moment's done, then the next moment of being intentional. And then I truly think that that's the difference between you going home and feeling successful or not. And it's like, did I pour everything into what I had every moment that I had?
Well, being intentional will help me be process focused and not result focused.
100%.
Which will avoid burnout.
Right.
Which I don't want to.
And thinking too far ahead or thinking in the past, because like right now when you talked about maybe not being so competitive, I had the same kind of concepts in my life where I wouldn't be competitive because I would fear that people would leave me if I beat them or if I said something or I held them accountable, like if I was on your butt about stuff. Even though now I know it means that I care, or it goes back to the discipline line. But before I didn't want them to leave because people had left me in my life, like the story I was telling you about with me being with the producer and stuff that I'd be afraid that like, all right, if I stood up and I said something, they would leave, and I didn't want that to happen. So like, if you're gonna cheat in golf, and instead of me holding you accountable, like I wouldn't say anything, and it's just because I want to keep the relationship, versus like me holding you accountable, and then if I help shift you in that way, then you might respect me more. But knowing that you could leave my life or you can stay in tighter, like, but being okay with the result of like, this is just part of the discipline that I'm focusing on now moving forward in the next year.
Do you have any books you're looking forward to reading?
I'm actually changed. I've always read. This is how I feel about it. This is how I feel about it, because like I've always read like personal development books, or like I just got done with Atomic Habits, and like that helped. It helped in a lot of areas of like just kind of gauging and seeing things. But
I always get back for Atomic Habits. The one thing that always stuck in my mind was the cue.
Right.
The cue, like the cue of like a water here, the cue of having like a tracker here to track stuff.
Right.
The cue is so important.
Setting it up. Yeah, I think we're kind of touching on like having those things set up. So like it's a cue for this or it's a cue for that. So like you're moving into the next step.
Yeah.
The book that my wife picked it out. We were in Flagstaff recently, and she's like, you should just try something different. And like I was being closed-minded at the time, and I just did it because we were there as a family and we were spending time. And I probably didn't want to hold the line of her separating further away from me because I said no, right? Yeah. Going back to what we just talked about. But the book is actually like, it's called Camper, and it's just a man that's like, it has nothing to do with personal development, really. Like it's not in that section, but it's one of the like top selling books right now. And it's a guy that he's buying a piece of property in the wilderness that he's getting off Craigslist for like $8,000 right now. But like the way he's pulling in the story, and like I'm reading it, like I'm starting to feel like connected to the book versus like needing to get something out of it. And that's what the problem I have with so it's different for me. So like it's opening up my mind to like not thinking I need to get something in return of what I'm doing with my time, which is like it's turning into some like unconditional passion for reading versus like I conditionally have to get something in return if I'm going to read.
Wow, that's a different. So, well, what genre does that fall into?
I don't even know, dude. I have to look it up and send it to you, but it's probably like, who knows, dude? But he is buying a piece of real estate, so it did connect me that way. And like, there's these things that are pulling me back into it. And it sounds like what's coming next is like how hard this flip's gonna be for him on just building a livable house for him. So to see his struggles on how he thought it was gonna be easier because it's small and just but it turns out to be something huge, and everything is gonna grow from it, like a conversation that we're having today. Like it's crazy.
I've never read book. I've always read books on sales, on personal development, but I've never truly read books on like leading.
Right.
Leading, and then so I have like there's a portion of like a leadership book, and then there's a portion of tracking. So there's a book called Traction. Have you heard of it? It's like the book Traction is like how to be more analytical towards your business and how to see everything from like numbers standpoint.
Right.
And not see it so emotional. Like, okay, good, like black or white, negative, positive. And it's teaching how to track it, how to scale it. It's just like literally just like a numbers book, how to track it. And then the leadership book is I know what I want to build. I know it's going to take people to build it. And that's why I'm not building fast for my team. And I want to be able to delegate, assign tasks, hold them accountable, and cast a vision and be able to hire the right people the right way and not have to be able to like, because a lot of the times I've seen, especially in the real estate industry, people want to have teams just say, oh, I have a team.
Yep, I did that.
It's so common for realtors.
Yeah.
And it's so common for realtors. I'm like, I don't want to do that. I want to do it the right way. That's why I want to read all the books there. And then I don't plan on truly trying to build a team towards, or thinking the idea of truly building it towards 2026 or 2027. Because if I could just focus on that part of it, the traction part of it, and now obviously you see I'm doing social media.
Right.
That'll explode. And I'm very niche focused too now.
Right.
Because I've realized I only want to do flips.
Right.
That's what I'm being known for.
Right.
I'm gonna target a certain audience.
Right.
Certain time. All my videos will be about flips or just anything related about flips, and I'm really focused on just that vision. I'm not going broad no more. Right. I used to be like a first time home buyer, flips, trying to do luxury, Airbnb.
Right.
I can't be everything.
100%. You're spread too thin on that.
For sure.
Yeah, no, that's good. I think the leadership side of it too, like what's coming with that is like first leading like myself. I can only speak for myself. So when I'm leading myself at like max potential, then God's going to put more leadership opportunities in front of me to be able to delegate and do that. So like I think timing on that is just one of those concepts too, where we're so young in this game. And you're like 10 years younger than me, like, but I'm still young in this game. So that means that like the amount of time that we still have to season and get prepared, like it's these opportunities right now that are going to push us into that.
I don't want to rush it. The team, the team part of it. I don't want to rush it. And I have like a whole thing of how I'll keep employee retention for sales. I have everything like already set up how I want to do it, but I don't want to do it just yet.
Yeah, I think it's important. If not, you end up in a situation that you've seen before in your life where the turnover gets high, and
I don't want that.
Yeah, exactly. So you're either going to be a turn and burn kind of person, or you're going to be a longevity, like lifelong type of leader. And I think like the good leaders, like people like John Maxwell and the people that are doing stuff like on a high level.
Do you know who Patrick David is?
That
guy is such an inspiration.
Yeah.
He just casts a vision, and people's visions follows within that vision, and they just follow him. It's like it's insane.
I think you have the attraction piece down too. Like you stayed focused on that too, and that's going to be where it's at. Like people are going to gravitate based off what you're attracting to them. Like
that's why the YouTube channel is so. So I'm casting it out now. The whole reason why I'm doing YouTube, the whole reason why I'm doing social media, is because I really believe I will be building like a HGTV show of Tucson for flipping houses.
Right.
Like that will have like a whole like reality. There's reality TV show for luxury.
Right.
There's no reality TV show for flipping houses. And I want to bring that to Tucson.
That's beautiful.
But I got to build a brand first.
Right.
I got to build a following first.
Right.
Got to build a team first.
Are you doing the steps? Because like, I mean, look at the progress. Even when we've had conversations back in like 2 years ago of like video and like seeing how it's come along, like the way that it looks and it has the attraction to it, like all those pieces to the puzzle.
I'm gonna show you some videos right now. I was looking at that last night. I was like, what am I? I was recording with like this camera. I had no lights, and then like the audio was just funky. I was like, what was I doing?
But you got to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere.
It's just so, but it's so. I look at that like the younger Andres. I'm like, wow, no shame. He just did it.
Right.
He just did it.
Which is good. Sometimes you gotta just freaking do it. That's the concept with that JFDI. Just get it done. Because if you don't, then you could say just freaking or just fucking do it. Like whatever's gonna trick your mind to like, if you're on the ledge, just freaking do it. Like get after it. And that's powerful, man. I'm glad that I got to spend some time with you today. I know we've been
having me on.
Bro, we've been trying to make this happen. I think it's probably been a good 2 years of like somewhere in 2021 or 22 or something like that of like talking about the podcast and talking about, like I was telling you, I had Brian Colhane on here and like just like trying to I felt like at that moment I was trying to attract it versus just being attracting.
Yeah.
And the timing lines up now. And who would have known like the messages that come from this like hit, like I don't know, I'm different now in this moment. My energy shifted back, but like I hit tears, like I hit like places of like it over there that time would have been different.
Yeah.
Now this moment, like moving into a new year, moving into things that got to get cleaned, like stuff like that is like it was meant to happen now. And I think that's with timing and everything that we talked about is like I don't have to rush anything. Like
you definitely got to show you definitely got to clip the one of the story about the dream.
Yes.
People will really resonate with
100%.
I'm going to put that on my Instagram for sure.
100%. And I'm going to shoot back on the angles of like my eyes watering.
No, you should show
I don't know
that.
if they were, but like I was like staying in it.
I think you should show that because like it'll show like the vulnerability. But thank you for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Let's get it done, man. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you like? Andres? I still see you as Andres. I heard Andre out there. Like, what are you preferring right now in this version of yourself?
Quiros.
Andres?
Yeah.
Andres Quiros. Ladies and gentlemen, Andres Quiros here sharing his time, his wisdom, his knowledge from the day-to-day of his experiences of being out here in Tucson, Arizona, fixing and flipping homes and making our community a better place. I hope that you've got value from this episode in one way, shape, or another, the way I did. And this is the promise that I will only speak when my words bring value. And sometimes it's not me speaking. Sometimes it's just me bringing the value. So thank you, Andres, for being here and being valuable.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.